The sun rose lazily over the savannah, casting long shadows across the dry, cracked earth. In the distance, a family of elephants lumbered towards a waterhole, while a herd of antelope grazed peacefully nearby. The only sound was the soft rustling of leaves in the morning breeze. Yet this serenity was deceptive. High above, circling in the cerulean sky, a group of vultures watched the landscape with keen, unblinking eyes. Among them was an elder vulture named Karun, wise and respected. Karun led the group, known as the Guardians of the Sky, a unique assembly of vultures who had pledged to uphold an ancient creed, do no harm. Unlike others of their kind, who were often seen as harbingers of death, this group believed in the sanctity of life and the importance of balance in the ecosystem. They scavenged not just to survive, but to ensure that nothing went to waste, playing a crucial role in maintaining the delicate balance of nature. As Karun glided effortlessly on the thermals, he noticed a disturbance below. A small golden jackal was limping towards a dense thicket, clearly injured. Karun signaled to his closest companion, a younger vulture named Nahla, to follow him down. They landed a safe distance from the jackal, observing quietly. "We need to help him," Nahla said, concern evident in her voice. Karun nodded. "Yes, but we must be cautious. We cannot interfere directly. Let us call upon our friend, Nahla, the lioness." Nahla was a matriarch of her pride and a trusted ally of the Guardians. She understood their creed and respected their wisdom. Karun and Nahla took to the sky again, soaring towards Nahla's territory. When they found her, she was resting in the shade with her cubs. "Nahla," Karun called softly, landing gracefully in front of her. "A jackal is injured near the thicket. Can you help him?" Nahla's amber eyes flicked open, and she regarded Karun with a mix of curiosity and respect. "Of course, lead the way." With Nahla's help, the jackal was gently brought back to the pride's territory, where he could heal safely under the watchful eyes of the lioness and her pride. Karun and Nahla returned to their group, their hearts lightened by the knowledge that they had upheld their creed once more. The peaceful days on the savannah were interrupted by the arrival of a new threat. Rumors spread quickly among the animals that a group of poachers had set up camp near the western edge of the territory. These men were dangerous, equipped with weapons and traps, and driven by greed. They targeted elephants for their ivory, rhinos for their horns, and any other animal that could fetch a price on the black market. Karun called a council of the Guardians. The group gathered on a high cliff overlooking the vast plains, their feathers ruffled with unease. Among them were notable members like Rhea, a vulture with an exceptional ability to find hidden threats, and Zephyr, known for his swift flight and keen senses. "We cannot allow these poachers to disrupt the balance of our home," Karun began, his voice firm. "But we must also remember our creed. We cannot engage in direct confrontation. We must find a way to stop them without causing harm." Rhea spoke up, her sharp eyes gleaming with determination. "I have seen their camp. They are careless, leaving their supplies unguarded. We could sabotage their efforts, making it difficult for them to hunt." Zephyr nodded in agreement. "We can also warn the animals, especially the elephants and rhinos. If they avoid the poachers' traps, it will make it harder for them to succeed." The Guardians devised a plan. Under the cover of night, they flew to the poachers' camp. Rhea, with her keen sight, identified the supply tent, and Zephyr, with his swift flight, swooped down to tear open the bags of food and water, spilling their contents onto the ground. Karun and Nahla worked together to spread the scent of the food far and wide, attracting scavengers that would further disrupt the camp. The next day, the poachers woke to find their supplies ruined and their camp in disarray. Frustrated and hungry, they argued among themselves, their plans falling apart. Meanwhile, the Guardians spread the word among the animals, warning them to stay away from the western edge of the territory. For several days, the poachers struggled, unable to catch any animals or replenish their supplies. Finally, defeated and demoralized, they packed up and left, their vehicles kicking up dust as they drove away. The savannah breathed a collective sigh of relief, and the Guardians celebrated their victory. With the poachers gone, the savannah returned to its natural rhythm. The animals resumed their daily routines, and the Guardians continued their watchful vigil. However, peace was short-lived. One day, while patrolling the northern boundary, Tala discovered a young elephant calf separated from its herd. The calf was stuck in a muddy pit, unable to climb out. Tala called for Karun and the others. They arrived quickly, assessing the situation. The pit was deep and the calf was exhausted from struggling. "We need to get him out, but we can't do it alone," Tala said, worry etched on her face. Karun nodded. "We need to find the herd and bring them here. They will know how to save their own." The Guardians split up, flying in different directions to search for the herd. Karun and Tala headed north, while Rhea and Zephyr went south. After hours of searching, Tala spotted a group of elephants in the distance. She and Karun landed a safe distance away, calling out to the matriarch, an elderly elephant named Luma. "Luma, we need your help," Karun began. "A calf is trapped in a pit, and we cannot save him alone." Luma's eyes widened with concern. "Lead us to him," she said, her voice filled with urgency. The herd followed Karun and Tala back to the pit. The calf, hearing the familiar calls of its family, trumpeted weakly in response. The elephants worked together, using their trunks and sheer strength to pull the calf from the mud. It was a slow and arduous process, but finally the calf was free, standing shakily beside its mother. The Guardians watched with relief, knowing they had once again upheld their creed. However, the event left a lingering question in Karun's mind. The separation of the calf from its herd was unusual. He wondered if there was a larger threat they had not yet seen. As days passed, animals were found dead near waterholes, showing signs of poisoning. The Guardians of the Sky convened, realizing this threat was unnatural and dangerous. They decided to monitor the waterholes closely. Karun and Tala took watch over the largest waterhole. One night, they spotted humans pouring a substance into the water. Following them, they discovered a hidden camp where the humans discussed driving animals away to claim the land. The next morning, Karun called for Nahla and her pride. The lioness and her pride confronted the humans, whose determination to poison the water faltered in the face of such a united front. Defeated, the humans abandoned their plans and left. The Guardians, alongside Nahla, restored safety to the savannah. Yet Karun knew they had to remain vigilant against future threats. The Guardians' reputation grew, and their creed of do no harm became a guiding principle across the savannah. As Karun aged, he saw the need to pass on their wisdom. The older vultures mentored the young, instilling in them the values of respect, balance, and protection. One day, Tala and a young vulture named Kavi discovered a wildfire. Tala organized an evacuation, guiding animals to safety with the help of the Guardians and Nahla's pride. After the fire, the savannah was damaged but resilient, thanks to their coordinated efforts. Karun passed away, his legacy carried on by Tala and the younger vultures. They continued to protect the savannah, ensuring that the creed of do no harm lived on. The savannah thrived, a testament to the harmony achieved through unity, while the Guardians watched over their home from above, ever vigilant and true to their mission.